Do you want to increase brand awareness, attract new patients immediately and consistently, and become the go-to practice in your community? Then learn how to do ground marketing. That's what I'm going to be teaching you in this series. Let's dive in. Optimizing your marketing materials. Make it so good they can't ignore you. So here we're not just making flyers, brochures, or signs. We're designing micro sales machines that sell while you sleep. Now, here's a core mindset shift for you. Stop designing to impress, start designing to convert. And most flyers, they die in the trash can because of these three reasons. They talk about the dentist, but not the patient. They look great, but don't make people act. And they lack emotional gravity and strategic structure. You're not printing paper. You're printing tiny salespeople. So let's build them right, okay? Now, this is the 4-mile test. It's a patient psychology test. You're not competing against other dentists. You're competing against soccer practice, grocery runs, and 10,000 thoughts in someone's head. That's who your real competition is. Now, why this matters. Before you print anything, run this one filter to kill weak designs and elevate the few that actually convert. It's the 4-mile test. If a parent saw this flyer sitting on a bus or a bus bench or a sidewalk 4 miles from your office, would they do these 3 things? Number 1, would they stop walking for 3 seconds to look at it? 2, would they take a photo or scan it to save? 3, would they feel the urge to visit, call, or learn more immediately? If you cannot confidently say yes to all 3, scrap it. Don't tweak it. Don't rationalize. Just scrap it. What this test is really doing is it doesn't measure design taste. It measures neuromarketing impact. Now, there's a couple elements you need to keep in mind, right? And it's the 3, the stop, the photo or the scan, or it's the desire to act. And what it measures. The stop measures visual interruption. And it matters because you want to ask yourself, does it break their mental autopilot? This is your pattern interrupt. Without this, they won't even register that your flyer exists. So you want to make them stop. Second element, photo or scan. And it measures value recognition. It matters because ask, is it novel, helpful, or emotional enough that they take action right now? This reflects immediate perceived value. So photo or scan. And 3, desire to act. It measures emotional and logical buy-in. Does it create enough urgency, clarity, and trust that they want to take the next step? This is your conversion potential. So, how to pass each part of the 4-mile test? Number 1, the stop. Does it jolt them out of autopilot? What triggers the stop? It can be a couple things. High contrast visual, a neon color pop, white space, plus 1 bold image. I remember talking to Sandy Pardue, and she said when she would send out, I think it was new patient cards or follow-up cards or something like that, it was highlighter yellow that converted the best. Neon color pop. 2, our headline. And say something like, she avoided the dentist for 14 years. Here's what changed. 3, unexpected visuals. Could be a child with a cape and toothbrush, or a dentist on a bike, or a half-eaten apple with a perfect smile in the core. Out of pocket, right? Abstract. The design rule you always want to follow is use what I call a visual slap. Something that is familiar plus surprising. Familiar equals relatability. Surprising equals attention. So that's stop. Photo scan. Is it save worthy or skip worthy? What triggers a photo or a scan? Couple things. An irresistible offer that feels exclusive, right? Scan this for a 5-minute Invisalign estimate. No email needed. It can be a curiosity gap. Why this mom drove past 7 other dentists to come here. It can be insider access. Get our $100 friends and family rate. No code needed. Your flyer should be Instagrammable or pocket worthy. People save what feels rare or personally useful. And then 3, they want to visit. Does it create emotional plus logical urgency? What triggers the visit? Is it a clear promise of transformation? Straight teeth, 0 metal, 0 judgment. Is it a hyper-specific call to action? Text GRIN, GRIN, to 12345 and we'll instantly send a $50 credit to your phone. Or is it real trust signals? 500 plus 5-star reviews plus photo of doctor or patient in the same flyer. Here's a rule I want you to keep in mind. Don't say call us to learn more. Get that out of there right now. You want to say text smile or text grin or something like that right now. We'll text you back with the one thing you've been putting off for years, a plan. And that's it, right? So that's fantastic. The bonus, here's the street stranger test. And what I mean by this is if a random person not in dentistry picked it up, could they instantly explain what you offer, why it matters to them, what they should do next? Okay, that is the street stranger test. Anybody picking up this flyer, seeing your booth, seeing the banner, seeing the poster, seeing the A-frame sign, what you offer, could they explain that? Why it matters to them, what they should do next? If not, restart. Because in real life, that stranger is your patient. So the mini checklist. Remember, would someone stop walking to look at it? Would someone scan it for later? Take a photo? Would someone want to act on it right now? Does it offer value, clarity, emotion, and urgency? Does it pass the street stranger test? If it doesn't check all 5, do not print it. You're wasting money, paper, and opportunity. Another thing I want you to keep in mind is the SCORE framework for high converting marketing materials. This is beautiful. SCORE. Think of your flyer like a sales funnel in 6 by 9 inches. SCORE is how you make every square inch sell. The S in SCORE is snap attention, interrupt autopilot, break their scroll, force the eye to land. How to nail this? Use the internal alarm clock test. Does your headline or visual trigger something they've been worrying about but ignoring? Use unexpected language, asymmetrical layouts, or jarring contrast to command the eye. Lead with a micro crisis that whispers, "This is about you right now." Here's some examples. Your child's dentist might be missing this: snoring, grinding, school struggles. It's not just behavior. Or your smile shouldn't hurt to show. Humans notice anomalies, so use one bold, out-of-place word or image to trigger curiosity. Be a cracked pacifier on a bright flyer. And then ask yourself, would someone fumble their phone trying to take a picture of this headline? So that's the S in SCORE. The C in SCORE, connect emotionally. Make them feel deeply seen, not just sold to. Mirror their fears or dreams in the first 2 seconds. Use emotionally resonant images. Avoid stock smiles. Show real people in real transformation. Focus on identity, not treatment. Busy moms, silent pain. We get it. Examples that build instant empathy, right? She hadn't smiled in 6 years until this. Or they said she was just a shy kid. We saw an airway issue. He only came in because his wife made the call. Now he can't stop smiling. Mirror neurons are activated when people see someone who looks like them overcoming the same challenge. So have that in there. Could a person cry, chuckle, or whisper and say, "Hey, that's me," after reading this? Something to keep in mind. The O in SCORE, offer a hook. Give them a reason to act now, not later. How to nail it? Well, blend urgency, exclusivity, and simplicity. Avoid generic discounts. Use emotionally anchored offers tied to audience identity. $100 off for teachers, $49 new mom special. Free consult for first 10 neighbors this week. You can do that. You can up it up one, right? And have next level hooks. For example, text in today and get a free whitening in the mail. Or bring this flyer in by Friday for priority scheduling. Or refer a friend and both of you get Starbucks on us. Use temporal specificity. And what I mean by that is say, ends Friday, or something super specific like that, ends Thursday. Don't just say limited time. That is so played out. Don't use that anymore. Be specific. This ends Friday. You don't have to give a specific Friday. You can just say it ends Friday. And use tribal appeal as well. For teachers, for dog moms, for veterans. That's a much stronger specific hook. Okay? Would someone snap this offer and forward it to a friend before throwing it away? Something to think about. The R in SCORE. If you want all the strategies everything that revolves around ground marketing. You want to learn how to get into apartments, corporations, senior homes, daycare, schools, restaurants, hotels, spas, gyms, every single location you can think of. And we continue to add into it, by the way, this course. Then definitely join the ground marketing course. I'm going to put a link to it in the show notes below. You can go ahead and check it out, see everything that you can learn, gain, and at the same time, how it can improve your practice and your life. Not only will you attract new patients immediately, but also you'll be known as the go-to practice in your community. But if you want to learn all that, go in the show notes below, click on the first link in the show notes below. It's the ground marketing course. Go ahead and join it, and I look forward to seeing you in there. Reduce friction. Remove every barrier between interest and action. Use no-brainer CTAs. That means no logins, no forms, no hesitation. Build tools that feel like favors. Scan this QR code and we'll text you back. No phone call needed. You also want to offer clarity before commitment. Get an estimate without setting foot in the office. See if you qualify before booking. Offering clarity before commitment. Examples of frictionless CTA formats. Tap to text QR codes. Text smile to 555 and we reply, you decide. Or answer 2 questions, we'll tell you your child's Invisalign cost range. That's it. The more micro steps a person can take without committing, the more likely they are to engage again. So ask yourself, would a tech-shy parent know exactly what to do with this and feel zero pressure? Okay? And the E in SCORE, elicit response. 1 crystal clear next step. No confusion, no clutter. How to nail it. Make the CTA visually dominant. 30% of your design should be about this step. Use 1 CTA only. Multiple of them equals paralysis. Don't do that. CTA, the call to action, must match the moment. If it's a cold lead, text before Friday, right? If it's a warm lead, scan to schedule. If it's a referral, redeem your voucher now. Examples of ultra high converting CTAs are scan, text, smile, tap here for a no obligation cost check, or text free smile to get $100 off instantly. Your CTA should be unmissable even from 6 feet away, on a table or a wall. Ask yourself, would a 9th grader and a grandparent both know exactly what to do within 1.5 seconds? If your flyer hits every part of the SCORE framework, it interrupts autopilot, it makes people feel seen, it hooks them with urgency, it gives them a frictionless path, it demands a response with 1 clear action, then it will outperform your last 5 flyers combined. That's the guarantee. Now, the flyers, material by material strategy, every material has 1 job. Don't confuse it. Optimize it, then weaponize it, okay? So we're going to be talking about flyers, posters, and so forth. But the flyers, 1 page, right? The design layout is from top, middle, bottom. The top, the first 1/3 of it is the head snapper zone. Make sure it's a pain trigger, big, bold promise, plus a visual, right? For example, embarrassed to smile? You're not alone. Parents, what's the real reason your child grinds their teeth? Now, the middle is the trust and hook zone. Add a mini patient story or a quote, right? You can say, I hadn't seen my teeth this white since high school, followed with the time offer, free exam for new families this month only. Then the bottom, remember, that's the action zone, the call to action. That's where you put the QR code, the text, or the no obligation line. You want to remember, speak to who they are, not just what they need. Let them see themselves in the message. An example is, for teachers who deserve a smile as bright as their students. Or, if you've avoided the dentist for years, we've been waiting for you. Now, here's something to keep in mind on elements. If you're going to do a vertical layout on a flyer, more natural to hold, it's post or scan, that's easy. You're also going to have a warm, real team photo. This builds trust instantly. People want to see who is behind the care. Text to action or QR codes. So skip the website. You want them to instantly start a conversation. Don't say, check out more at our website. No. And then contrast color CTA strip. So draw the eye to the action you want them to take. That's the color, the contrast color. Here's an example of how it should look. If you're looking at this at the video version or on YouTube, you can go in the show notes below and click on it. And right here, you're going to see an image of what you can do. And here's an actual image of how it looks. So embarrassed to smile, you're not alone. You see the picture. I didn't see my teeth as white since high school. Free exam for new families this month only. And then boom, here's the whole thing. Scan the QR or text smile to 555. That's it for free exam for new families. And that's it. Brochures are a little bit different. The front cover is a smile they'll never outgrow, right? Include real patient image, no cheesy stock. Inside panels, it could be pages 2 through 4, tell micro stories, use bite-sized sections for who we help, what makes us different. Make sure you list benefits, not features. Don't say we use iTero scans. Say something like no goopy impressions, just a fast, clean digital scan. They understand that. Then the micro stories, you can say she hated photos. Now she asks for them. Then the back panel of the brochure, a clear map, QR code, contact info, and a short social proof line. Over 500 star reviews from local families and so forth. Okay. For this, the way you want it to look, what works best is a gatefold layout, creates a sense of uncovering something valuable, gloss highlights, tactile and visual cues for what matters most, soft touch paper stock. Premium feel equals premium care perception. Make sure that's good. Insert card or magnet, right? Extra keepsake. More likely to make it home if you insert a card or a magnet. On one internal flap, add you're in the right place if, and then add a checklist. Make it like engaging, right? In the brochure. So you're in the right place if you're nervous about the dentist, you haven't been in years, or you want a wider smile without pain. Add that checklist. And here's how we can look. Here's a picture. Ashamed of your smile, right? Don't be. She hated smiling. Now she loves it. Inside, in the back, and so forth. The reviews and everything like that. Like I said, if you're listening to this on the podcast, if you want, you can go on the YouTube version of the podcast and you can see the visual, exactly what I'm looking at. And you're going to see a lot of this in the ground marketing course as well. So if you're a member of the ground marketing course, you got it all in there. And signs and posters. The headline should be like 7 words, 1 thought, 1 visual, 1 action. Don't say a bunch of stuff. Big, bold. What's behind your child snoring? That's it. Or free dental day for teachers. It should be a strong contrast image. And at the same time, the call to action should be centered or bottom. Scan here to claim your spot. Text this for $50 off. And then add a ticking urgency. First 10 people only. Post it today. And make it transactional and tangible. Okay. You can even do stuff like post a selfie here and tag us, get a free whitening, and so forth. Now, the A-frame sidewalk boards, those are great. I love them. I use them all the time. They're eye level, portable, and highly visible. I even take them to the booths with me at events and stuff like that. Roll-up vinyl banners. They're event ready, weather resistant, reusable. Chalkboard style signs are good too. Looks handwritten, feels personal and non-corporate. Pro tip is you want to use movement triggers. So visuals that imply motion. Smiling child jumping, teeth glowing, sparkle lines, somebody yawning, snoring. Those draw way more glances and attention in passing environments. So do that. And here's an example. What's behind your snoring? Scan to find out. QR code, you see someone snoring in the background, and then the contrast of the image, it's like a silhouette and something red. Every marketing piece should do one job and do it with sniper-like precision. Don't let a flyer act like a brochure. Don't let a poster ramble like a blog. Let each tool perform the one task it is designed for. Stop, hook, build trust, and drive the next step. That's what you want. Now, in the ground marketing course, I do have something called the Invisible Influencers. It's an advanced print psychology hack, and it goes a little bit more in depth in the sensory anchoring, how the paper you're utilizing is important, what's it speaking, also the strategic placement, right? Micro monopolies, where to put everything. Yeah, let me just share this with you, the strategic placement. The idea is you don't need to be seen by everyone. You need to be the only option in a space where your target sits still and waits. You want exclusive attention, not scattered reach. Here's some placement hot zones. HR break rooms, like employee only, right? Like at Costco. Employee only signs plus your print materials equals unmatched focus. So that's a great place. Oil change waiting rooms, right? 20 to 30 minutes of boredom. They will read something. Let it be your flyer. Laundromats, barbershops, nail salons, daycare lobbies. People are idle and they're plus within arm's reach of your message. So it's better than 1,000 impressions. A distracted scroll on social media, it lasts like 1.3 seconds. A seated parent staring at your flyer lasts minutes. So real estate plus time equals conversion. So design materials that look like reading material, not ads. Brochure covers that mimic magazine covers with headlines like the Smile issue, they get picked up 8 times more often than obvious promotional pieces. So make sure you do this. Capitalize on where you're going to be putting these flyers and brochures. And then in the course, we also talk about memory stickiness, right? Rhyme, repeat, recall, referral, exactly what to utilize, so much more. So the final thought here is if your flyer doesn't spark emotion, curiosity, and action in 5 seconds or less, do not, I repeat, do not print 5,000 of them. Burn one and go back to the drawing board. Okay. This exact video and unit and everything is all found in the ground marketing course. And obviously you can see the images, the examples, the exact measurements, what to say in the flyers and the brochures and the A signs and so forth. So that's all found in the ground marketing course, along with so much more information on scripts, strategies, and just it's the ground marketing library, the ground marketing course. So make sure you go check it out. I'd love to see you in there, especially in our next workshop coming up here pretty soon. The link to the ground marketing course will be in the show notes below. Love to see you in there. And thank you so much for tuning in. And in our next episode, we're going to be discussing the role of social media in ground marketing. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you in the next episode.